Well, here we are again. It's been 2 weeks since my surgery, so today is January 19th. And of course, this is a historic time. Tomorrow is Inauguration Day. So, yeah, I think I did a vlog once during the actual, on Election Day. Tomorrow, Inauguration Day. How strange that my mastectomy related recuperation is centering around our new president-elect. Anyways, today is, hey doctor, how about these Spongebob Boobies and such? I fully expect he's gonna say they're fine and your stitches are healing wonderfully and I'll see you in a month. That's what I think he's gonna say. It'll be interesting to see if he says anything else. I'm definitely gonna ask him about that rippling at the top. 1990s cougar boobies with all the ripples. I'll let you know. So they got me in the back in the procedure room. I don't know if y'all remember this room. This is the room where they gave me my stitches. On the time they were like, no, we just sometimes use this room. Okay, he hasn't even seen me since surgery. Best not be no cutting going on today. I'm just saying. Definitely got the shirt off. Definitely still square. Need him to explain himself. I was right. He took a look at me. My stitches. Oh. Sorry. He took a look at me. My stitches are healing fine. I complained about the squareness. You know, I think at this point it's just a waiting game. He said that what he said was, you need to come back in a month and we need to give it time. Those will continue to drop. And it is true, I'm not as square as I was. I will go home this afternoon and take some pictures, maybe some video, cover my nipples, right? And show y'all what I look like right now. I don't feel tremendously less square, but I'm less square enough that you can't see my scars effectively anymore unless I lift my breast. So something is happening. There are changes even within 2 weeks. So first off, for those of you who have been supporting me and commenting and questioning and having your own concerns about the same situation in your mastectomy recuperation and reconstruction process, know that it gets better, because I am better. I'm still not great. So I'll show you that when I get home. And so, you're square. Yeah, that'll improve over time. And I said, okay, like I can sort of see that starting to happen already. Gravity is helping us. And I'm still wearing a sports bra, which by the way, he said, keep wearing it. And I was like, no, but like all the time, like even to bed, like I'm taking it off 1 hour a day to shower. And he said, right, till I see you again. So I don't know, right? So I told him I feel like that's reinforcing this other problem I'm having with the rippling. So let me finish about the bra first. He said, nope, that's not why that problem is happening, and I need you to keep the bra on. I would like to stabilize your breast situation. So I'm keeping on wearing a sports bra. It'll be 6 weeks by the time I'm done. And not just wear a sports bra, but like sleep in a sports bra. Like take a shower, see and feel your body, and put a bra back on. I'm not that kind of person. I don't sleep in a bra. Like I like to get comfortable to sleep, and a bra is not part of that for me. But okay. So sports bra, continue for another month. And then I said, but the real problem about these here ripples, and I will show you the ripples when I get home as well. It's pretty bad. And he said, right, all you have there is skin to implant. And I was like, right, but it feels like the skin is stuck on the implant. And he said it's because it's an 800cc implant, so you get the big implant. And I was like, right, because 40 bra band, big broad chest. I have a broad chest for a woman. And he was like, well, yes, but definitely there's nothing to soften what that implant looks like at the top. You have just some thin skin at the top and some alloderm that I use to try and sort of buffer the implant to skin connection so that you could sort of soften that. I think what he really means is there's no way to hide it. No matter how much roll around we're talking about. I don't know if you remember my vlog. I was like, hey, there's going to be some scrape. It's going to just roll around inside my body because I'm going to get the smooth ones and not the textured ones. No matter how much rolling you do. First off, it's not going to roll yet. Secondly, it can't change the fact that there's almost nothing here. So the answer is fat grafting. He, as I suspected, is not going to have that conversation with me until at least the next time we see each other in a month. So, and for those of you who don't know, fat grafting means he cuts open my belly and takes some belly fat and sticks it up there. I'm not sure how I feel about that. We'll see how unhappy I am in a month. The other thing that was really cool that happened is one of the residents. So I have a doctor who is the chief of residency. So I fuss about him a lot, but he's a really, really good award-winning plastic surgeon. So he has residents come and see me. I've seen quite a few people besides my doctor in my process. And one of the residents in the operating room pulled out his cell phone, took a picture of my tissue expander. So he's supposedly going to text it to me, gave him my phone number. I haven't received the text yet, but I'm super excited to see it. The doctor did actually take my tissue expanders out without draining them. So they actually look like, it's kind of cool, actually. Anyway, he showed me the picture on his phone. He said he's going to email or message it to me, text message it to me. So if that happens, you guys will also get to see a tissue expander. I'm going to insert that for you guys. After all that fussing, it's actually really kind of cool. I'm excited. Okay, so let me get my butt home so that I can show you guys what it looks like. I am now 2 weeks post-op tissue expander to implant swap surgery. Okay, so here we are at my house, in my kitchen, the usual spot. I will take this bra off in a second, but I wanted to show you first. One of the things that doctors will tell you when they give you a mastectomy is our goal is that you look like you have regular boobs in clothing. So when you go out in public, you look like you have regular boobs. And so in this bra, I look like I have regular boobs. When I go in public, no one knows anymore. These are not hard. So if I hug someone, they're not like, damn, why does it feel like there's a tennis ball between us? So that's good news, right? So there is some good news to come out of tissue expander to implant swap surgery. I actually came home today and I was a little bit, my bra is a little bit open. So I want to do that because the bra hadn't come completely undone, but if I was wearing a low cut blouse, again, regular, let me see if I can get y'all. Oh, you can see it right there. Regular boobs, right? So, really, tissue expander to implant swap surgery did not go completely terribly. I'm disappointed, but not terrible. Okay, so the next thing is I'm about to... I already covered my nipples with some really cute band-aids today. So, nothing inappropriate per se. But if you're not going to be able to look me in the face when we get to work, if you don't like seeing scars, there is still some of that, and I am going to show you that today. There's glue. You'll see, I don't know, dried blood. Definitely doesn't look like a scar yet. So if there's any of that you won't be able to handle, put a little black screen right here, and you can go ahead and skip out. And if you'd like, you can watch one of my other videos. But right now, I'm about to get naked, so. Okay, for those of you who stayed behind, here I is, looking just like I look in the doctor's office. Except this time we're going to go ahead and back up and let you see what's going on here. All right, so this is 2 weeks post tissue expander to implant swap surgery. Okay, so first thing you'll notice, my cute little Mickey Mouse, is I'm still square at the bottom. I'm not as square as I was. You'll see that you can't see straight on to scars, right? So when I first unwrapped the ace bandage in the last video, it was like straight on. Wire these up here and you can see the scars. So these are quote unquote settling. Whatever settling means, that's happening, right? So they're starting to cup under. Still feels pretty square to me, but it's less flat. This side is still more flat. This side feels more rounded and looks more like a boob right here, this part. But I still feel pretty squared off at the bottom. Like someone literally gave me like, oh, here's a book. Oh, look, she's got her boobs sitting on a table. She has her boobs sitting on a ruler. So I'm really unhappy with that part of this. He said that they will settle. I have tried massaging. He said do not massage the scars yet. So the massaging that you're supposed to do is supposed to help the scars become flat. He said don't do that yet. Ask me again in a month. So I'm not doing that. But I have been massaging the top, and the reason is that if I lift up my arm, my tissue expander gets all crinkly. You remember when I said, hey, 90s, cougar, horrendous, crinkles, gave y'all a picture? Let me insert that picture for you here. That picture, with crinkles all on the inside. Okay, so let me just back up, lift up my arm, and this side is not as bad as the other side, but there's like some rippling happening right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I will move for you so that the light hits it in different ways. Definitely looks like someone just horrendous. I can see from my angle 1, 2, 3, 4 very distinct lines in my breast. So again, I will turn so you can see what is happening here. This is not the perfect, beautiful Playboy bunny boobies I was wanting. Like, what is happening? And he said, yeah, fat transfer. We're gonna go ahead and cut your belly open, put that up here. I'm not sure if I want to do that, so we will see. On this side, it's even worse. You thought that was bad? Let's have a look at this side. So I raise my arm up, and I have a lot of hair. If I raise my arm up, this is actually deeper on this. It almost looks like someone cut me right there. Or like there's stretch marks happening on my breast. And depending on how I raise my arm, will depend on how much the lines actually show up. So definitely, you can see it really good right there, like just straight. Horrendous. The biggest fear that I had that is just really there. So I don't go back for a month. We'll see what he says then. I'm ripple booby right now. And the only way to fix that, he says, is to transfer fat. Since I have my boobs out and shirt off, I'll give you another update of the rest of whatever. This is actually my scar from having my lymph nodes. Oh, look at all the ripples. Lymph nodes out. This scar's doing really well. It is flat. Kind of actually has like an indentation right down here. Behind here is still some cording, but it's not obvious unless I raise my arm this way, and then you can sort of see it like, ouch. I am going to make an appointment and go back to the physical therapy, mastectomy related professionals. Okay, let me tilt this down a little bit so you guys will be able to see my scar. And so on this side, still glue. You can actually see some of the glue lifting up right here on the end. So those are of course, my holes from when I had the tubes in my body. And then this is the scar right now. And this feels like more than rubber cement, but less than plastic, if that makes sense. Okay, and then we move over to this side. So I'm a little bit more symmetrical than I was before. I don't know if you guys remember, but old boy over here, down and out. Old boy over here was up high, centered, squeezed in. It was like this boob, and then there was this boob. So he opened this one up If I had a choice, I would have actually liked more of this. But if we have to go back and do fat transfer, guess what else he can do? Okay, on this side, no lymph node surgery. And then you can see here, he cut me wider here. This is actually tender. I'm guessing that's where he let this side out some. And then if I let you see even closer, there's where my tubes were. And then here the glue is sort of together with some blood. That's really tender right there. And then the rest of this scar coming under. Neither of the scars, so if I were to just settle myself, the scars both stop right here, which is really nice because really later when these are cupped under like they're supposed to be, the scars will be for the most part hidden except a little bit right there and a little bit right there. And then of course the dots that are completely unavoidable because of the drainage tubes he had to put in me. My guess is if I go back and do the fat transfer surgery, I will, so for those of you who don't know what that is, let me give you like a little bit of a quick primer on what that is. He will cut me open, hip to hip. So he's going to cut me down low from hip to hip, peel this up, take some of this fat, put it here, take some of this fat, put it here, staple me shut. And then when he gets up here, he does microsurgery and like splices blood vessels together and stuff so the fat lives and this will look and feel more natural. So upside, better boobies. Downside, 12 to 14 hour surgery and about a week in the hospital. And I'm quite sure drainage tubes here and maybe drainage tubes on my belly, hip to hip scar that looks like I got a tummy tuck, except this purpose is not a tummy tuck. So I have no idea what's going to happen on my belly. How is the scarring going to look, right? So let's hope that if I get a little bit of, it's going to drop. The magical, it's going to drop. Give it time. If that happens, I will not have to have that surgery. That's the truth of it. I really don't want rippled titties, but I also don't want to be surgery upon surgery upon surgery. Can I have another surgery? Oh, I'm not trying to be Pamela Anderson. I'm just trying to look normal. And with clothes on, I do look normal. So that's the update. That's what I look like right now. So stay tuned. If you want to know how I got here, you can check out my mastectomy pain and Percocet, that video. If you would like to know step 2, that was this surgery that I just had done. That is video 51. So I'll put it right there for that video. That is the tissue expander to implant swap surgery. And then otherwise, please subscribe and I'll keep updating you guys. Thanks for watching.